I stand with Scott. Now, before you go on your pitchfork canceling spree on Twitter and try to cancel me, let me explain a bit. We'll start with explain the situation, and pretty much what happened is Twitter found out that Scott, a Christian male from Texas who created the Five Nights at Freddy's games, donated some money to and voted for some Republican campaigns during recent elections, and they're very much not happy about that. They're so upset that they're sending death threats to Scott, and if you can see on screen now a recent quote from him, how him and his wife are actually getting scared. His wife's also pregnant, so probably not a great time to be sending death threats. And this whole situation is just continuing that cycle of hate that is cancel culture. A lot of people just can't accept that. Some people just don't agree fully with what they align with. They have like an expectation that everyone has to fully agree with their perfect vision of the world, and that's just not realistic. Like, you're gonna have people that disagree with you politically. There's gonna be people you look up to that you very much disagree with politically, and that's, that's okay. That's just how life is. But you just gotta deal with it and move on. But instead, what some people are doing is trying to cancel Scott and get him kicked off the internet, and like cancel their entire Five Nights at Freddy's franchise as a whole because of this. Now, like, you can agree or disagree with his politics here, and his reasoning that he actually gave out, because there are a lot of people having backlash, because it's like, oh, well, this isn't very pro-LGBTQ+. Scott said that, he just didn't think that the policies of, who else was running would have actually benefited the community, so he went for someone he thought could make a strong economy, which, as a business owner, which he is, makes, some sense to vote for people who want lower taxes. That being said, I think it's important that we try to not start forming echo chambers by canceling everyone who disagrees with us and canceling artists and game creators who just happen to have different politics than us. I think it's important that we learn from each other and truly learn each other's perspectives. And I think all this unwarranted hate towards Scott, like, it's a bit much, like, I can get, maybe you complain, you write an angry tweet like, oh, Scott voted for someone who I don't agree with, I'm very upset. But at the end of the day, you're both human, you both have your own perspectives, your own lives, your own reasonings, you have your reasonings for believing one side's the devil, and that's all good and dandy. But like, at the end of the day, we all bleed red, we all breathe the same, and we just gotta treat each other with respect. Which that would include not sending a man and his pregnant wife death threats. Remember, kids, death threats are never cool. They never will be. One thing I keep seeing a lot of people equate this to is Notch after he sold Minecraft, when he made some pretty controversial tweets. Whether you agree or disagree with him, when they outed him from like the Minecraft community as a whole, there's been a hole there in the Minecraft community that's just been left empty where Notch used to be. And I think that's what a lot of people are worried about too, forming if they try to get rid of Scott. And again, like, Scott's a Christian male from Texas. I don't think anyone's surprised that he's Republican. Like, if that comes as a surprise to you, you don't really know about politics enough to care, or you're really young and you just kind of listen to whatever you see on Twitter. And that's not always the greatest thing. I think we need to work on, as a community with cancel cultures, just not canceling things so fast without just understanding why people did what they did. It's a very toxic trait of the internet that, probably will never go away, and that's probably bad, but, nothing I can do about it. Just because Scott supported some Republican campaigns doesn't make him outright homophobic. Like, he's done work with many creators from all sorts of backgrounds and has never shown any care to where they come from. He's just truly here because he enjoys doing what he does. And he even says in this interview, if he gets canceled and is forced to retire, he really doesn't care. He's just going to keep doing whatever he wants to do because, he's just enjoying life. And you can respect that, He's not letting any of this faze him, and I really think eventually this will just kind of blow over. You'll just have a few people who are just very upset about it. But for the most part, most people seem to be standing with him. There's just a very vocal minority that are very upset with him. Because I think most people now, like, the internet's starting to mature a little bit. They're starting to understand, like, we don't need to cancel everyone because of how they live or what they believe. And, that's a really good sign that we're coming to, like, a more accepting place on the internet where everyone of all backgrounds can truly come together and form the best ideas for society. On the bright side, you know, this video is just going to get dislike bombed by the people who are just very upset at the words I stand with Scott, and it's going to get liked by everyone else who has a brain and understands, you know, life's life. You know, you may not agree with everyone on every little thing, and that's fine. Some people just can't learn that fact, and it's whatever. On the bright side, it seems Scott's gonna pretty much be okay at the end of this, and he's not gonna get canceled. So that's good for him, and I really hope that, you know, this is a good sign for the internet going forward. Now, that about covers the entire story here. If you've enjoyed my commentary or you want to see more of this from this channel, go drop a like, drop a subscribe too. The gameplay you see in the background is from the JO3 SMP, which I stream live on my Twitch quite frequently. Link to that is in the description. Some videos on screen, yeah, the usual stuff. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.